V-Rising, a survival isometric action RPG currently in early access, where you awake as a vampire in a world filled with enemies, resources and powers to obtain, to build your own castle, craft better gear, and get powerful enough to take down the toughest bosses in this grim and dark world. So, I invite you to get comfortable in your coffin and pour yourself a glass of ice-cold O negative, and together we take a look if V-Rising is for you. Moving with WASD, auto-attacking with the left and turning the camera with the right mouse button, you will start off with a chain of tasks to get to know the world and the game system. You'll get the tools to build your own castle on either a PvE or a PvP server, with each having a maximum capacity of up to 40 players. Luckily the world is big, but not vast, making player-on-player contact quite frequent. Since your character has no regard for your online or offline times, he will remain in the world, either getting taken down by NPCs, slain by other players, or staying safely in your built castle. However, not only encountering malicious players and NPCs will result in an untimely death and the loss of your inventory, but the game's day and night system provides you with another challenge. Since you are not playing a vampire that can blind its enemy by sparkling in the sun, but a true vampire that gets burnt to ashes. With a variety of different combat skills you gain by equipping different weapons or learning new spells by taking down bosses, the isometric combat system requires you to take your enemies seriously, since your health regeneration is quite limited during a fight. Luckily, changing your skill set and weapons can be done on the fly, which results in great flexibility. Another source to improve your character's combat skills is blood. I mean, you're a vampire. Each type of enemy has a specific blood type and blood quality. Drinking this results in a temporary increase of your character's power, depending on which enemy you suck dry. And if you're giggling, grow up. However, powering up is not only done by learning new skills and drinking some fancy blood, but far more by improving your equipment. This gear system replaces your typical leveling system by focusing solely on crafting. Since your character is always in the game world, even while you're offline, the crafting stations are doing overtime as well. Since every equipment is crafted by you or a fellow vampire from your clan, getting new recipes and better crafting stations, tools and resources is your main progress indicator. Next to new combat skills, you will also learn new recipes by taking down bosses. More advanced crafting stations, as well as these new recipes, require a safe spot where they can produce the much needed goods in peace. Every good vampire needs a great castle, of course, to call their domain. Luckily, V-Rising provides you with the tools to build a great castle with thick walls, heavy doors, maybe a small botanic garden, a room just for your servants which you can send on missions to obtain further resources, and many more features. Especially on PvP servers, these castles need to be made as safe as possible, since taking down another one's castle will be a huge setback progress-wise. So, let's summarize. V-Rising is a brilliant ARPG experience with a crafting system that is easy enough to understand and yet feels incredibly rewarding. A brimming and bustling world full of life you can suck out as much as you like, and a combat system that feels at first like a simple button smasher, but develops into a much more nuanced and tactical version, with boss mechanics that sometimes require a bit of thinking. Obviously, since it is an early access game, there are some bugs yet to be fixed, but the developer Stunlock Studios is working relentlessly, and they have already fixed quite a few in just a couple of days, since the release on the 17th of May. So, if you liked what you saw, then I'd say that V-Rising is definitely for you. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.